Welcome back to Charlie Bell Memorial Field, our consolation championship here, Valley City and Jamestown. As the two rivals now will meet in the consolation championship game of the Midsummer Legion Baseball Classic. One game already in the books, and it was a good one. Our seventh place game, Lisbon defeated Oaks 6-5. Oaks scored 3 runs in the bottom of the seventh inning and had the tying run at third, but could not get him across, and that was with 2 outs, and the Lisbon Post 7 winning by a final of 6-5. Now it's the Eagles and the Royals in our consolation championship. Here's the batting order for the Jamestown Eagles. Hudson Rohde will lead off at third base. Rohde batting first at third, batting second and catching Brenner Weber. Weber is batting second and catching. Hitting third to shortstop, Kale Verke. Verke is hitting third at short. In the cleanup spot in left field, Cody Bush. Bush is in left field, batting fourth. Batting fifth at first base, Edison Walters. Walters is batting fifth at first. And over at second base is Mason Joseph, hitting sixth. Joseph batting sixth and at second base. Batting seventh and pitching, Shane Martin. Martin is pitching and batting seventh. Hitting eighth in right field, Xander Wolski. Wolski's in right field, batting eighth. And hitting ninth in center field, Braden Heminger. Heminger is batting ninth and in center field. Rohde, Weber, Berkey, Bush, Walters, Joseph, Martin, Wolski, and Heminger. The batting order for Coach Sam Joseph, assisted by Jake Stillwell of Jamestown. Now let's take a look at the batting order for the Valley City Royals. We'll have Corbin Powell leading off at first base. Powell batting first at first. Batting second at second, Trevor Fetch. Fetch is at second base, batting second. Hitting third, the shortstop, Jack Samuelson. Samuelson is hitting third at short. In the cleanup spot at third base, James Schwer. Schwer's batting fourth at third. Batting fifth and catching, Parker Rolsema. Rolsema's catching and batting fifth. Hitting sixth and pitching, Will Schwer. Will Schwer is pitching and batting first. Batting seventh in left field, Luke Praska. Praska's in left field, batting seventh. Hitting eighth, the DH, Adam Shenenko. Shenenko is batting eighth and designated hitting. And batting ninth in center field, Bryson Heck. Heck is in center field and batting ninth. Powell, Fetch, Samuelson, Schwer, Rolsema, Schwer, Praska, Shenenko, and Heck. The batting order for Coach Chase Carpenter, assisted by Matt Fetch here for the VC Royals, coming in 3-1 on the season. So let's look at your starting lineup. Well, coming up, we've got our non-starters and starters and our code of sportsmanship on the way. The Consolation Championship, Valley City and Jamestown. First pitch right around the corner. This is American Legion Baseball live here on YouTube. Championship for the 2025 Valley City Baseball Association Midsummer American Legion Baseball Classic. The visitors on the scoreboard in our Consolation Championship from Post 14, the Jamestown Eagles. And the home team from Post 60, the Valley City Royals. Let's take a look at our non-starters. First for Jamestown, number 7, Caleb Miller. Number 24, Zach Geyser. And your batting order, leading off at third, number 33, Hudson Rohde. Batting second and catching number 4, Brenner Weber. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 20, Cale Berkey. Batting fourth in left field, number 15, Cody Bush. Batting fifth at first base, number 9, Edison Walters. Batting sixth at second base, number 0, Mason Joseph. Batting seventh and pitching, number 27, Shane Martin. Batting eighth in right field, number 26, Xander Wolski. Batting ninth in center field, number 22, Braden Heminger. The Eagles are coached by Sam Joseph and Jake Stillwell. And now the non-starters for the Valley City Royals. Number 4, Leighton Hendrickson. Number 7, Andrew Sikora. And the batting order, leading off at first base, number 13, Corbin Powell. Batting second at second, number 1, Trevor Vetch. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 14, Jack Samuelson. Batting fourth at third base, number 5, James Schwer. Batting fifth and catching, number 6, Parker Rolsma. Batting sixth and pitching, number 8, Will Schwer. Batting seventh in left field, number 3, Luke Praska. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 9, Adam Shaneko. He'll be batting for the right fielder, number 10, Isaac Norby. Batting ninth in center field, number 2, Bryson Heck. The Royals are coached by Chase Carpenter, assisted by Matt Betch. Gentlemen, if you please remove your hats and face the press box and repeat after me as we recite the code of sportsmanship. I will keep the rules. I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep my pride under in victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Gentlemen, let's play ball. Our umpires for this Constellation Championship on the bases, Mr. Kirk Olson, and calling the balls and strikes, Mr. Matt Brandbull. As we're set and ready to go, coming up here, our Constellation Championship, Valley City and Jamestown. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Royals in this one around the infield. James Schwer will be at third. Jack Samuelson will be at second, or at short. Trevor Vetch will be over at second. And Corbin Powell will be at first base in the outfield. Luke Praska's in left field. Bryson Heck will be in center. Isaac Norby over in right field. Parker Osama behind the plate, and Will Schwer will be the starting pitcher here in this one for Valley City. He started the game, second game of the season in that doubleheader with the Gardner Snakes. The Royals coming in with a record of 3-1 on the year. Of course, they swept that opening doubleheader against Gardner. They've split their games here this weekend, losing a tough 2-0 game in the opener against Edgeley, and then a walk-off 5-4 win coming up yesterday against Lisbon to get them to this consolation championship game. And for Jamestown, they come in with a record of 1-2 on the year, and they were losing in the first game to the Hillsborough Central Valley Blue Sox 3-0, and then came back and won yesterday by a final of 7-6. Leading off in the top of the first for the Eagles, the third baseman at 33, Hudson Rohde. So Hudson Rohde will step in and lead things off here for Jamestown. Rohde coming in, hitting .273 on the season. No home runs, no RBI. And he will face Will Schwer. And we are just about set. That first pitch of the ball game, and we are underway. 12-14. Our game time and 56 degrees game time temperature. Here's the 0-1 pitch, up and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rohde. Sam Joseph bundled up, coaching down third base way. Jake Stillwell, who coaches hockey, so he's used to cold. He is down first base way. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Rohde. And Schwer, the right-hander, into the wind and the pitch. Curve swung on a pop-up down the right field line. Powell gives way to the second baseman, and Fetch makes the play for out number 1. That'll bring up Brenner Weber, the catcher, number 4, Brenner Weber. So with Brenner Weber will step in. Hitting a .417 on the season, no homers, couple of RBI. Jamestown as a team coming in hitting .231. There's a curve and misses inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jamestown in their whites, tops and bottoms, blue numerals and lettering, blue on the sleeves. And the 1-0 pitch. Weber takes it high. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And the Royals in their navy blue tops with the VC on the front chest, white pant, the white crown, and Royals across the front in navy blue on their hats. 3 balls and no strikes here to Weber. With Cale Berkey waiting on deck. The kick and a pitch, and that one hits the outside corner for a strike. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on the left-handed hitting Brenner Weber. And the 3-1 pitch takes a strike at the belt on the outside half, and the count now runs full, 3-2. 330 down the lines at Charlie Brown. 385 to the power alley is 370 to straightaway center field. Here's a 3-2 pitch, high and ball 4. So Weber draws the walk. First walk issued by Schwer, and it brings up Cale Berkey. The shortstop, number 28, Cale Berkey. Berkey, a .222 hitter on the year. No homers, no RBI. Takes a long look at Coach Sam Joseph and will step in. Slightly open stance. I want to say this is the second year that they've had an American Legion, second 2 American Legion teams now for Jamestown. That pitch misses inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on the right-handed hitting Berkey. Runner first and 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. And the pitch misses outside. Oh, it did hit the corner. Got to forget, Matt Brandville does have that good outside corner strike zone. Gives the pitchers a lot of leeway on the outside and inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count on the right-handed hitting Berkey with Cody Bush to follow. 1-1, throw to first, and runner back in. Corbin Powell working at first base today, which leads me to believe we might see him pitch today, too. And, of course, he's been catching every game so far and give the knees a night off. Runner goes. The pitch is low for a ball. The throw down to second is not going to be in time. It'll be a stolen base for Weber. And so it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count on Berkey with a runner down in scoring position and one away. Weber takes his lead off second. Schwer comes to the set, and a time called. And now he wants to talk it over with his catcher, Rosema. Again, you got Will has not worked with Parker in the pitcher-catcher combination so far. Of course, since usually been Corbin Powell as the catcher, or Broden Muskie when he is pitching. And now working with Parker for the first time. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count here. Holds that ball in the meat hand, dangles it in front of him, now brings it to the glove. And here's a 2-1 pitch. Up and in, ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Berkey was 0 for 2. Yesterday he had 2 hits, 2 for 2 yesterday with a couple of runs scored. 0 for 2 the first day of the tournament. The 3-1 pitch, that one goes a strike. It goes through the wickets of Rosema, and that's going to be a pass ball. That's going to allow the runner to move to third. So the pass ball puts the runner at third base, and it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Werke. So now the runner down at third is Weber, and a 3-2 pitch coming from Schwer. Misses outside, ball 4. And that is going to be the second walk by Schwer. Runners at the corners for Cody Bush. The left fielder, number 15, Cody Bush. And Cody Bush, dangerous hitter. Hitting .250 on the year. A homer and 5 RBIs. That homer came here in yesterday's game. Hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. Was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Was 1 for 3 in the first game of the tournament. 1 for 6 for the tournament, but that one hit, a 3-run bomb. There's a strike called, and it's no balls and 1 strike on Bush. We'll see if Coach Joseph's got Berkey on the move here with the runner at third, trying to give him that delayed steal. And the 0-1 pitch, there he goes. The pitch is swung on and fouled down the right field line. And they count no balls and 2 strikes. So he did have Berkey on the move here, but that was not a delayed steal. That was a straight go. And make the young catcher Rolsman make a decision with Weber, the runner, down at third. No balls and 2 strikes on Cody Bush. Set by Schwer. And the runner bluffs the throw to first, and he got back. Oh, he was leaning. Great pickoff move by Schwer. Good tag by Powell. Base umpire Kirk Olsen said he got back in. He's got one of those sliding gloves on, which gives him that extra couple of inches on the slide back to first. And the runner goes. The 0-2 pitch, low and away for a ball. Rosman is just going to hold on to it. So the stolen base for Werke, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position and a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Cody Bush. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Swinging another number fouled on the first base side. Over in front of the Jamestown dugout. As they occupy here the first base dugout. Valley City the home side on the third base side. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, there's a shot to left field. Proska's there, makes the catch on the liner. His throw is going to go back to the infield. The runner's going to tag and score. So Weber will come in and score on the sac fly by Bush. That is his 6th RBI of the season. And now you have a runner at second base and 2 out. And it'll bring up Edison Walters. The first baseman, number 9, Edison Walters. Bush hit that one on the line right at Proska. Got the out. And tagging and Weber scoring. Staying at second is Werke. So now 2 out. 1-0 Jamestown. And Schwer delivers. Walters pops it up. Left center. Wind's carrying it deep. And this one's going to get to the deepest part of the ballpark in left center field. 1 run is in. And down to second base goes Walter. You get it up in that jet stream. And that's going to be an RBI double for Edison Walters as Werke comes across to score. That makes it 2-0. And that'll bring up Mason Joseph. The second baseman, number 0, Mason Joseph. So Joseph now will step in on that RBI double by Walters. Walters, his first double of the year, only his second hit. And now he has 2 RBIs, was hitting 143 coming in. And there's a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Joseph. Runner down at second, 2 runs across on 1 hit. And Schwer delivers. Outside, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mason Joseph coming in with an .083 batting average on the season. Just 1 hit and 12 at-bats. Does have a run scored. Was 0 for 2 on day 1. He got that 1 hit yesterday. Was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. He swings and skies one to center field and deep. Going back is Heck. Still going back. And this could be over his head in center field. That's going to be an RBI extra base hit. Joseph around second. He is on his way to third, and the throw is not going to be in time. It's a triple for Mason Joseph. And, boy, he put a ride into that one to straightaway center field, and he'll pick up his first RBI of the year, his first triple. Walters scores. They bring up Shane Martin. The pitcher, number 27, Shane Martin. That's kind of have to call that one a win-aided triple because that one got up in that jet stream and it just took off. And over the head of Heck in center field. And now Martin is hit by a pitch. So Martin will reach. He is hit by a pitch. Runners at first and third for Xander Wolski, and that's going to bring Chase Carpenter out of the third base dugout. And he's going to have to talk with his crew here after a rather shaky start. A pop out to Rhodey, and then Weber walked, sold second. Verke walked. A pass ball got Weber over to third. And he had runners at second and third with 1 out. Cody Bush had a sacrifice fly, hit a liner to left field, caught by Proska, but Weber came in to score. And then Walters with a double to the gap in left center field. And Joseph with a triple to straightaway center field. And then the hit by pitch on Martin on the first pitch he saw. And so now you have runners at the corners and 2 outs for Xander Wolski. 27 pitches here by Schwer. The right fielder, number 26, Xander Wolski. So Wolski will step in. He's got Joseph at third and Martin at first. With 2 outs. Set by Schwer. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and short hopped by Powell. Doesn't know where it is, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be a base hit for Powell. So runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Braden Heminger. The center fielder with 22, Braden Heminger. Just a little soft liner, and Powell coming off the bag. Tried to make a shoestring catch, and it kind of short hopped and rolled into the middle part of the infield. So Wolski will get the base hit. Joseph comes across to score, and the pitch is a strike, 0-1. So it's 4-0 now in favor of Jamestown. And they have 3 base hits, single, double, triple so far in the inning. Here's the pitch, and Heminger swings and fouls it. And they count no balls and 2 strikes. So they have batted around here in the first. And Heminger now behind in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes. Long talk between Coach Joseph. I think he was, because that foul ball went off of the home plate umpire. I think Joseph was actually giving Matt Brandvold a second or 2. And now each have had a meeting on the mound and a coach's conversation with the batter. So they've had that 1 timeout, if you will. That pitch misses upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Heminger. Top of the order and Rhodey to follow him. Heminger keeps the line moving here. They've got 4 runs, 3 hits in the inning. Set by Schwer. And the pitch. Checked his swing, and the slider misses. And they are not going to ask. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count here on Heminger. Set by Schwer. And here's the pitch. Way outside. Got there by Rolsema. And the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Straightaway stance for Heminger. Schwer has his sign. Comes to the set. And the spin, the throw to second. They had the runner was taking off on first base. And they went and tried to pick off the runner at second. If they went to first, they would have had him dead to rights. Well, runners will take their lead off first and second. There's 2 outs with, of course, the full count. So they're on the move. Here's a set by Schwer. And they're on the move. 3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3. Popped out of the mitt of Rolsema. He tags the runner. And that will be the first strikeout for Schwer and retire the side. In the inning, they get 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 2 at the end of a half inning. It's Jamestown 4, Valley City coming up. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Now take a look at the defensive alignment here for Jamestown. Hudson Rhodey is at third. Cale Berkey is at short. Mason Joseph is at second. Edison Walters is over at first base. In the outfield, Cody Bush is in left field. Center field, Braden Heminger. And Xander Wolski is over in right field here for the Eagles. What a wonderful time for it to ask for an update when they're trying to play walk-up music. And Corbin Powell, he'll step in and take the first pitch inside. Ball 1 here against Shane Martin. iPads just don't have any sense of timing. The pitch misses low and away for a ball. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes here on Corbin. Leading hitter for the Royals, 455 in the year, no homers, couple of RBI. And the pitch by Martin, high for a ball. So the count 3 balls and no strikes on Corbin Powell. Martin, the right-hander, into the line of the pitch, high, ball 4. So Powell draws the 4-pitch walk. The second baseman, number 1, Trevor Fetch. Now Trevor Fetch to the plate as Powell draws the 4-pitch walk to get things started here. And for Martin, this is his second appearance of the year. He's got 1 inning of work. Giving up no hits with a walk. no strikeouts, and does not have an earned run average as of yet in his second appearance of the year. 0-1 the count on Trevor Fetch. And Martin delivers over at the knees for a strike. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Fetch. Left-handed batter. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. He fists one foul, and it will drop harmlessly into the ground. It would have been tough for anybody to get to that one. So the count, no balls and 2 strikes here on Trevor, hitting .300 on the season. No homers, 1 run driven in. Powell, the runner, down at first. 1-for-1 is a base stealer this year. The set by Martin, and the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball out towards second. Joseph gets him, boots it, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be an error on Mason Joseph. That could have been a double play, and he cannot come up with it cleanly. So runners at first and second, and it'll bring up the shortstop, Jack Samuelson. The shortstop, number 14, Jack Samuelson. Well, Joseph had a couple of errors in the first game on Friday, and comes up with an error here. And now Samuelson to the plate. .444 on the year with a homer and 4 RBI. And a big right-hander will step in with runners at first and second. And nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Set here by Martin. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, base hit right up the middle. Powell is going to be waved around third. He's going to come in. Down to third base goes Fetch. And down to second base Samuelson. He's in head first. And it's now 4-1. Might give an error in the center fielder because it looked like he possibly booted that one. Samuelson, hustling all the way, will get to second base. And that'll bring up James Schwer. The third baseman, number 5, James Schwer. So he'll get an RBI. And now runners at second and third. And now Schwer to the plate. James, 308 on the season. No homers, 3 RBI. And he represents the tying run. Pitch in the dirt, blocked there by the catcher Weber. 1 ball, no strikes. That was a sharp, clean single right up the middle by Samuelson. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball gets away. Fetch is going to try to score. Side hand flip, no, and the ball goes into the infield. So it'll be a wild pitch that allows Fetch to score and get Samuelson down to third. And it's now 4-2. And it's a 2-ball, no strike count on Schwer. And now Samuelson is 90 feet away. Of course, these two teams, a lot of these kids play hockey together. And, of course, on the football field as well. They have met each other on the football field. Here's a high pop-up, foul behind home plate and out of reach of Weber, the catcher, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And, of course, the Iron Helmet game, the trophy game on the football field. Now I don't know how long it's going to be before that trophy game is played again, with Jamestown staying in the Class A, Double A actually, and Valley City now in Class A in football. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on line drive and caught. Oh, what a great catch in short. Oh, and up the ladder was Berkey, and there was some snow cone going on there, and he caught that one in the webbing. That is out number 1. Great catch there by Berkey. The catcher, number 6, Parker Rolsema. And now Parker Rolsema to the plate with a runner at third base and 1 out. Boy, a great catch there by Berkey, as he really went up the ladder to come down with that one. There's a grounder foul. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Here on Rolsema, hitting 111 on the year. No homers, 1 RBI. The right-handed batter facing Shane Martin into the wind, and the pitch. Curve, called strike 2 on the outside corner at the knees. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Rolsema with 1 out, runner at third, 2 runs in. 4-2 Jamestown here in the bottom of the first in our Consolation Championship. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Rolsema swing and a miss. Ball in dirt, picked up there by Weber. He'll throw down to first base for the out. 2-3 on the putout. And that will bring up Will Schwer. First strikeout for Martin. The pitcher, number 8, Will Schwer. And now will step in to try to help his cause here with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Martin into the wind, the pitch. Curve misses inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes here on Will. No homers, 3 RBIs for Schwer, coming in hitting .250 on the season. And the 1-0 pitch, he swings at the high fastball and didn't catch up to it, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Schwer. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball left side into left field, a base hit. So Schwer will pick up his 4th RBI of the year. A ground single to left field brings in Samuelson. And that'll bring up Luke Proska. The left fielder, number 3, Luke Proska. So now you have runner at first, and we're going to get a courtesy runner coming up here for the Royals as Andrew Sikora is going to run for him. Now running at first base, number 7, Andrew Sikora. So Sikora running at first, and Proska at the plate. Luke still looking for that first hit of the season, of the Legion season. Does have a couple of runs scored. 0 for 4, and takes a pitch blown away for a ball. He has been DH for in this tournament. So yesterday he did bat. Friday did bat, was 0 for 3. One ball, no strikes. Throw it to first. Sikora back in. 4-3. Royals have plated 3 runs in the inning. Couple of hits. They've been helped out by what could have been a sure double play miscue at second base. And they definitely took advantage. Here's the pitch way outside. And the count 1 ball, no strikes on Proska. Two balls and no strikes here on the left fielder, Luke Proska. Sikora, the courtesy runner, takes his lead off first, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Adam Shenenko, the DH, waiting on deck. Royals coming in as a team hitting .272. A long look there by Martin. And the right-hander delivers 2-1, swinging a foul straight back. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the right-hander hitting Proska. Martin, ball behind his back as he bends at the waist, looks in for his sign from catcher Weber. And the 2-2 pitch. Proska, grounder out toward short. Charging, Verke has it from the grass. High throw, nice play by Walters, and they say he's safe. They call him safe. That'll be an error on the shortstop on the throw. Sikora, the courtesy runner, will move over to second base. And Adam Shenenko is due up now with runners at first and second. Second error of the inning. And now Shenenko to the plate. The designated hitter, number 9, Adam Shenenko. And on the play, Sikora hustles around and actually gets to third. So now he is at third, and Proska takes his lead off first with 2 outs. And the pitch, Shenenko, swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Adam, looking for his first hit of the season, 0 for 2. So runners at the corners here for Valley City. And the pitch to Sheneko. Takes it outside. The runner to second base. Runner's going to come home. The ball's going to go into center field. Proska's going to take the big turn and hang on. So a stolen base by Proska. Sikora will come in on the front end of the double steal to tie the game at 4. And so now Sheneko has a 1-ball, 1-strike count with another runner in scoring position. 4 runs across here in the bottom of the first for the Royals. Well, he executed a delayed steal there by the Royals. The key is to slow down just enough, and that pitch misses high. Ball 2, 2-1. And then the runner third gets a great break as soon as that ball is released by the catcher. And I think a good throw might have had him, but it skipped and went into center field. So now runner at second base and a 2-ball, 1-strike count here on Sheneko. It's a good spot to pick up your first hit of the year. And the slider low and away, swung through it and missed by Adam. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Proska, the runner down at second, takes his lead. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Sheneko. The pitch. Curve, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Second strikeout for Martin, and that'll retire the side. But the Royals tie it. They get 4 runs on a couple of hits. There are a couple of errors. 1 runner left on base at the end of 1 inning. It's Jamestown 4, Valley City 4. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Hudson Rodeo laid things off here for the Eagles in the top of the second against Will Schwer, who's been given some redemption now. His team came back and got those 4 runs back for him. We're tied 4-4 in the top of the second, the first pitch in the dirt. And it's 1 ball, no strikes here on Rhodey. He swings at the second offering and hits it high into short right center field. Over is Norby, and Isaac Norby can't make the play as he was dealing with that wind out there. And so that is going to be an error on Norby. It'll bring up Brenner Weber. The catcher, number 4, Brenner Weber. And so the error on the right fielder, Norby. And so now Rhodey is on at first with nobody out. Brings up Weber, who walked and scored in that first inning. The pitch, he takes it high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. A sacrifice fly by Bush, an RBI double by Walters, and an RBI triple by Joseph. Got the runs in that first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And actually, an RBI, Wolski had the RBI single that brought in Joseph. And a throw to first, runner back. So runner at first base and a 2-ball, no strike count on the left-handed hitting Weber. And the pitch by Schwer is high for a ball. And the count now 3 balls and no strikes. And Will delivering on the inside corner, strike 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Set by Will. And a throw to first, runner back in. Then the count 3 balls and 1 strike on Brenner Weber. Runner at first base. Rhodey reached on an error. Takes his lead. And a 3-1 pitch. Schwer delivers. Here's a fly ball to center field. Hit well. That's going back his heck, and that's going to be over his head. And to straightaway center field, around third, coming in to score is Rhodey. And Weber's going to stop at second with an RBI double. That'll make it a 5-4 game. RBI there by Weber. It'll bring up Cale Berkey. The shortstop, number 28, Cale Berkey. Berkey walked and scored his first time up. He came in on the double by Walters. So Weber now, the runner at second, as he just gets that RBI double. Set by Schwer, and the pitch here, and a ground ball foul by Berkey. Weber with that, picking up his second double of the year. Now has 3 RBI. Schwer looking in for the sign. And the right-hander comes to the set. The 0-1 pitch. Low and away. Ball squirts away from Rolsum, but doesn't get too far away. And count 1 ball and 1 strike on the right-handed hitting Cale Berkey. 2 walks for Will today. He's also struck out 1. The right-hander comes to the set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss over the top of that one. And the count 1-2. That lone strikeout was a strikeout looking of Heminger to wrap up the first inning. Runner off second base is Weber. Berkey at the plate, behind in the count 1-2. And the pitch. Again blocked by Wolsema, but not well enough. It's going to roll over to the first base dugout side. It'll be a wild pitch as Weber moves to third. So now runner at third base with nobody out here in the second. 5-4 Jamestown leading. We're in the top half of inning number 2. Schwer kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Will. That is out number 1. And it brings up Cody Bush. Oh, to the number 15, Cody Bush. Bush had an RBI sac fly back in the first inning. And will now step in with a runner here at third base and 1 out. Schwer delivers. Strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Cody Bush. Right-handed batter. And Schwer delivers. Swinging a high pop-up. Right side, infield. Powell is there. Corbin makes the catch. And that's going to be out number 2. And it'll bring up Edison Walters. The first baseman, number 9, Edison Walters. So now I'm not sure what's is going on here. So they're going to call that, huh? So they are going to call catcher's interference, apparently. And so that will be runner at first is Bush. Runner down at third base is Weber. And Walters at the plate with 1 away. So that runner's at first and third with 1 out. And there was no discussion from Chase Carpenter. Throw to first, runner back in. Chase didn't come out of the dugout and say anything. He had more discussion with the umpires and Jake Stillwell, the first base coach. So as it is, we have runners at the corners with 1 out. Set by Schwer, and the pitch. Swung on, and there's a fly ball deep to left field. Proska back. He's got a beat on it in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is Weber. He will score. So Walters flies out to left field, gets a sac fly. And the RBI, that is now out number 2. Nope, no catcher's interference there. That'll bring up Mason Joseph. Second baseman, number 0, Mason Joseph. Joseph tripled to center field his first time up. It's now 6-4, Jamestown leading. And a set by Schwer, and the pitch, a grounder foul over by the third base dugout. So the runner at first base is Joseph, or it is Bush. Joseph at the plate had that RBI triple. And now behind in the count here, 0-1. Set by Schwer. Runner goes. The pitch is a ground ball left side and past Schwer into left field. A base hit by Joseph. Down to second base goes Bush. And it'll bring up Shane Martin. The pitcher, number 27, Shane Martin. Martin was hit by a pitch his first time up. And now runners at first and second. And it's the second hit of the inning, 5th of the game now for Jamestown. And Schwer delivers. Inside, ball 1. And Martin again was hit by a pitch, and that one came up and in, almost grazed the jersey again. Set by Schwer. Now he steps off, and now he wants to talk with his catcher again. Again, the inning started when Rhodey dropped the fly ball to right field. And then Weber doubled. Berkey struck out. Weber went to third on the wild pitch. And then Bush hit a high pop. Looked like it was a pop out, but they call catcher's interference. Then Edison Walters with a sac fly. Ground ball up towards short. Nice up there. Sampson knocks it down, shovels it, and they get the lead runner. 6-4 on the force, and that will retire the side. But for Jamestown, they get a couple of runs on a couple of base hits, and there was a couple of errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. At the end of 2 innings, your score, it is now Jamestown 6, Valley City 4. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Bryson Heck will lead things off here for the Royals as they bat in the home half of the second inning, trailing 6-4. Bryson hitting .400 on the year with a homer, 2 RBIs. That home run came yesterday, a big gust of wind, and Martin loses his helmet or his hat and throws the ball outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Bryson Heck. And Martin wheels and deals. That one comes upstairs, a little high. Ball 2, 2-0. Bryson with his first home run of the year, a solo home run yesterday. Again, hitting .400 on the year. And the 2-0 pitch. low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Bryson again didn't come out for spring ball. Was on the Highlander golf team this year, but playing summer ball and has big time contributed, hitting .400, third on the team in hitting, and also probably one of the top arms. That pitch is high, ball 4, and the walk. The first baseman, number 13, Corbin Powell. So Heck with the walk. And that is a walk number 2 by Martin. And now Powell to the plate. Corbin walked and scored in the first. Scored on Samuelson's RBI single. Vetch scored on a wild pitch. RBI single by Schwer. And the pitch spiked in there. Weber knocks it down. 1 ball, no strikes. Valley City got 4 runs on a couple of hits in that inning. And a run scored on an error. One ball, no strikes. The count here on the Royals first baseman, Corbin Powell. The pitch, high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Corbin. Right-handed batter. Going to be a big part of the Highlander football team coming up this fall. And the 2-0 pitch misses. Maybe moved out to wide receiver. Good speed, good hands. Again, Valley City moving into Class A, 11-man next year. First game of the season, the defending state champion, Belleville. 3 balls and no strikes. And Powell will take a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike here to the right-handed hitting Powell with Fetch on deck. Valley City batting in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Picked up there by Bierke to second, out there. The relay to first is not going to be in time. Ball gets away, and Powell thinks better of it, and he will stay at first base. So they force Heck 6-4 on the put-up, and that is going to be out number 1. And now Powell will replace Heck at first base. It'll bring up Trevor Fetch. The second baseman, number 1, Trevor Fetch. Fetch reached on an error his first time up, and then came in to score on a wild pitch. So 1 out, runner at first. And Powell, again, 1 for 1 as the base stealer, takes his lead off of first. And the pitch. That goes behind Fetch. 1 ball, no strikes. And Trevor going to be heading southeast, Wahpeton. It's North Dakota State College of Science to play baseball next year. 1-0 count, and the pitch. A strike called at the belt, 1-1. And the wind continues, again, blowing out from towards right center field, but a ball and a strike here on the lefty Fetch. And that one hit him. So Fetch is hit by a pitch. And that will put runners at first and second and bring up Jack Samuelson. The shortstop, number 14, Jack Samuelson. So Powell is at second. Fetch the runner at first. Good speed on the bases here for Valley City. Samuelson had an RBI single in the first inning. He also came around to score on Schwer's single. And we'll step in here with runners at first and second and 1 out. In the home half of the second, Valley City trailing 6-4. And the pitch, curve in for a strike, 0-1. RBI for Jack was his 5th of the season. That leads the club. Also has a home run, a 3-run shot against Gardner in game 1 of the season. Unlike the 12th pitch of the season. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Samuelson. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out here in the second. Shane Martin sets, delivers. Curve, strike 3 called on the inside corner. That'll be number 3 for Martin, and it's out number 2, and that will bring up the third baseman, James Schwer. The third baseman, number 5, James Schwer. Schwer lined out to short his first time up. And now we'll step in here with runners at first and second, and 2 out. Here's the pitch. Curve in for a strike. Well, Martin starting to get the groove here. Getting that off-speed pitch over. Schwer, the right-handed batter. And the pitch. James takes that one over his head. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Schwer. Set by Martin as he looks in for the sign and now steps off and walks towards second base. Now he's kind of do a little circle as he now gets back onto the pitching rubber. And count 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Schwer. He swings and hits a high pop-up, foul territory left side, and that is going to be out of play. So the count of ball and 2 strikes on James Schwer. As the wind probably helped push that one a little bit more foul. A ball and 2 strikes on Schwer. Runners at first and second. And the pitch. Low and outside. The count now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the second. Valley City trailing 6-4 to Jamestown. Consolation Championship of the Midsummer Baseball Classic. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that one misses high. Ball 3, so the count full. Runners will be on the move. Oh, they're going to call a balk. Okay. So it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. And so they're going to call a balk. That'll put runners at second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the set by the right-hander. And the pitch. Swung on. Here's a high fly ball, deep left center field. This one is back, and this one is on. It's going to be a ground rule double. So it's a ground rule double for Schwer as it goes under that hole out in left center field. And so a ground rule double for James. 2 runners come across. We are tied at 6, and that'll bring up Parker Olsema. The catcher, number 6, Parker Rolsema. So now Rolsema to the plate with a runner at second base in Schwer. Again, out in that spot in left center field, there's a gap between the fence and the dirt. And the ball went there. Here's a line drive to center field by Rolsema. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That's going to get Schwer around third. He's going to come in to score. And it's 7-6 Valley City on a single to center field by Parker Rolsema. And the Royals take the lead at 7-6. The pitcher, number 8, Will Schwer. So a 2-out rally here for Valley City. And what really started it was that balk called on Martin that put 2 runners in scoring position. And Schwer with the ground rule double got both of them in. And then Rolsema singles to center to get Schwer across. And now Will Schwer, he had an RBI single back in the first. 7-6 Valley City. Couple of hits in the inning. There's a ground ball to third. Big hop. Nice spear there by Rhodey. And a throw across for the out. Took a big hop on him, but Rhodey did a nice job to make the play and retire the side. But the Royals take the lead. They get 3 runs on a couple of base hits. No errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. We are through 2 complete. Your score, it is 7-6 in favor of Valley City. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. And we head to the top of the third. The 8-9-1 batters coming up here for the Jamestown Eagles. It'll be Wolski, Heminger, and Rohde to face Will Schwer. 7-6. Royals now with the one-run lead. 7-4-2 for Valley City. 6-5-2 for Jamestown. As we head to the top half of the third, and again at the plate, it'll be Wolski batting. And Wolski, first time up with an RBI single in the first inning. And now we'll step in to start things here in the third. Leading off for Jamestown to the top of the third. Right fielder number 26, Xander Wolski. So Wolski will lead things off against Schwer in the top half of the third inning here for the Jamestown Eagles. Now find themselves down for the first time today. 7-6 Valley City leading in the top of the third. And Schwer into the wind, the pitch. Up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Wolski brought in Joseph with his RBI single in the first. And here is the 1-0 pitch. And that pitch misses low and away. And the count now, 2 balls and no strikes on Wolski. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Bounces in, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes here on the right-handed hitting Wolski. Schwer with that ball in his meat hand. Rolls it around, now brings it into the glove. Here comes the 3-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Xander Wolski. Braden Heminger to follow here. Jamestown batting in the top of the third, trailing 7-6. The pitch swung on and missed, and it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the right fielder, Xander Wolski. And Schwer delivers. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Strikeout number 3 for Schwer, 1 away, and it'll bring up Braden Heminger. Center fielder number 22, Braden Heminger. Heminger today struck out. He was the first strikeout victim. Struck out looking back in the first inning. The ball was dropped but picked up by Rolsman. He tagged him out. So with 1 out in the third, Will kicks and delivers. And that pitch is a high. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here on Heminger. And the kick and the pitch. And that one bounces in. And they count now 2 balls and no strikes on Heminger. Top of the order, Rohde to follow. Jamestown, this is game number 4 for them. Valley City game number 5 on the season. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. High and inside, ball 3. 3-0. Heminger, again, struck out looking back in the first inning. And here comes the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, cuts the plate in half, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here on the right-handed hitting, Braden Heminger. Set by the right-hander. And the pitch. High, ball 4. So Heminger draws the walk. Runner at first base. That'll bring up Hudson Rohde. Third baseman, number 33, Hudson Rohde. That is walk number 3 by Schwer. And now Rohde, who was popped out and reached on an error. And that started a 2-run rally in the second inning. And the pitch swung on, fly ball, shallow right center field, long run for Norby, and center fielder Heck makes the catch, comes across. A couple of guys with good speed out there racing to it, and Heck makes the play for out number 2. The catcher, number 4, Brenner Weber. We have 2 guys with good speed. Norby, of course, a sprinter on the track team. And it was Heck that made the play. Now Weber. He has walked and had a RBI double in the second inning. He has scored a couple of runs. And the runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second base. Not going to be in time. Stolen a base for Heminger. And a 1-ball, no strike count on Weber. With now the tying run in scoring position here for Jamestown with 2 outs in the top of the third. Set by Schwer. And a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Weber, the lone lefty in the lineup for Coach Joseph. Schwer comes to the set. Checks the runners. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here on Weber. And the set by Schwer, and the right-hander delivers. Slow curve, swung on. There's a drive into right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Around third is Heminger. He will come in to score and tie the game at 7. So a single by Weber into right center field. And he'll pick up his second RBI of the day. Brings up Cale Berkey. The shortstop, number 20, Cale Berkey. So now Berkey, we are going to get a courtesy owner here for the Eagles. And the right-hander comes to the set. Here's the pitch. And misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Numbering at first base, number 96, Caleb Miller. 1 ball, no strikes on Berkey. Set by Schwer in the pitch. Swung on, there's a liner into left field. Proska coming in and makes the catch on that liner into left field. And that will retire the side in the third. But Jamestown ties it up. They get 1 run on 1 hit. Nowhere as they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the third. It is a Sprite substitute. 7 up. 7-7 as we head to the bottom of the third. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. For Jamestown in the top of the third, a run on 1 hit. No Royal errors. 1 runner left on base. Bottom third of the order coming up here for Jamestown, or for Valley City against Jamestown. The bottom of the third, Proska, Shenenko, and Heck will face Shane Martin. We are tied 7-7 here in this Constellation Championship game between these 2 longtime rivals, 30 miles apart on the interstate. Proska's going to lead things off. Luke reached on an error his first time up. Got a stolen base, and that was the back end of a double steal that allowed Sikora to come across to score. The left fielder, number 3, Luke Proska. So Proska will lead things off here for the Royals in the home half of the third inning. Game tied 7-7. And Shane Martin, he's gone all the way here for Jamestown. And delivers. Proska, ground ball up towards short. Grabbed on the run by Verkey. High throw, grabbed there by Walters. And the tag out, 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. The designated hitter, number 9, Adam Shenenko. Now Adam Shenenko to the plate. Adam struck on looking his first time up. So 1 out. And the designated hitter at the plate in Shenenko. Shane Martin into the wine and the pitch. Misses low and away for a ball. And it is 1 ball, no strikes on Shenenko. He is one of 2 strikeout victims, or 3 strikeout victims for Shane Martin today. And the 1-0 pitch misses inside, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on the right-handed hitting designated hitter. And he goes into the line, and the pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. Shenenko has not pitched at all this weekend. Of course, 4 games coming up this week. Doubleheader with the Bismarck Senators on Tuesday. Williston Oilers in town Friday for a double dip. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Shenenko. Bryson Heck waiting on deck here for the Royals as they bat in the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 7. The 2-2 pitch. Shot towards short. Nice big hop there by Verkey. And the throw in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout. And quickly 2 away for Bryson Heck. Nobody on and 2 out. The center fielder, number 2, Bryson Heck. So Heck now will bat. He walked his first time up. And that was forced at second base. And the right-hander will face the right-hander, Shane Martin. Here's the pitch. Check swing. He went. Nothing in 1 the count, or maybe even a called strike. Either way, it's a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Bryson. And Martin, the right-hander, wheels and deals, and the pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And look at that leg kick that Martin has. He keeps that front leg straight when he kicks it out. Does not bend it, as a lot of pitchers do. Will keep it stiff and straight out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Right side, second baseman Joseph camps under it, and Mason, things have been interesting with him out there so far this weekend, makes the catch, and that's a 3-up and 3-down inning in the bottom of the 3rd. We've got 3 in the books. It's Valley City 7, Jamestown 7. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Out of the order coming up here for Jamestown, the 4, 5, and 6 batters, Bush, Walters, and Joseph to face Will Schwer. And the first pitch fouled the plate by Bush. Bush has a sacrifice fly and also reached on the catcher's interference. You need a mop over there? You okay? Yeah. So Bush officially 0 for 0. as he has the sac fly RBI and reached on the catcher's interference. 1-1 pitch misses inside. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. And Bush again hit the 3-run homer yesterday. Been his only hit of the season. And now has himself 4 RBI. The 2-1 pitch from Schwer, low and away, bounces in. And the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Will at 75 pitches. My guess is they will ride him out as long as they can. And the pitch here is low and inside, ball 4. So another walk, and Bush reaches. That's going to be the 4th walk issued by Schwer, and it'll bring up Edison Walters. The first baseman, number 9, Edison Walters. Walters was an RBI double in the first and an RBI sac fly. So officially 1 for 1 with that RBI, or 2 RBIs today. And Bush takes his lead off of first. Schwer delivers on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. I was going to finish that thought. Look, that they'll probably let Schwer get to his 105 pitches unless things really get out of hand, and then bring Corbin Powell in. No balls, 1 strike, throw to first, and Powell, who's playing first base right now, that's going to reach across the runner to make that one. At least that would be my thought. Again, they got a doubleheader with Bismarck on Tuesday. Another doubleheader with Williston coming up on Friday. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Edison Walters, with Mason Joseph, who's been carrying a hot bat here in this tournament, will be on deck. Schwer comes to the set. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. High for a ball. Shenenko, or the throw by Rolsema down to first base. Runner back in. It's a ball and 2 strikes here on Walters. Schwer dangles that ball in front of him in his bare hand. Now brings it into the glove. Runner on his way. The 1-2 pitch high for a ball. And that one was stolen on Will Schwer. Stolen base. Wilson did not pull the trigger. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Walters. So taking his lead off second now is Bush. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the right-hander delivers, and that hit him in the back. So Walters is hit by a pitch. Put runners at first and second. That'll bring up Mason Joseph. The second baseman, number 0, Mason Joseph. Joseph with an RBI triple in the first and scored a run, singled in the second. And that's going to bring Chase Carpenter out of the third base dugout. We'll see if maybe they're going to make the switch now. It looks like Will's ready to hand him the ball. And he does. Powell's going to come in and give the first baseman's mitt to Will. So I think the two are going to flip-flop. So we have a pitching change. We'll let you know who's coming in to pitch for Valley City. They have runners, Jamestown runners at first and second. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 7-7 your score. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So Powell and Schwer will flip-flop. Corbin making his second appearance of the year, both out of the bullpen. He's given up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 5. Does not have a win or a loss in his 2 1/3 innings of relief work. So out of the 7 outs, 5 have been strikeouts for Powell, and no earned run average. The whip at 1.29. So Will Schwer, 81 pitches. He's responsible for the 2 guys on base right now. Bush at second and Walters at first base. And it'll be Mason Joseph, the first batter that he will face. The second baseman, number 0, Mason Joseph. Mason Joseph, again, that RBI triple in the first and a run scored, and also had a single in the second. So he will face Schwer. And he will face Powell here to start things. And the first pitch shows bunt, takes it inside, ball 1. Third baseman James Schwer is going to stay over by the bag. And give Powell the responsibility of taking that third base line. See if a hard bunt, they can possibly get the runner at third. 1-0 pitch by Powell, and the bunt is grabbed by Will Schwer, the first baseman, and he'll throw to first for the out. So the sacrifice, 1-4 for out number 1. Down to second base goes Walters. To third base goes Bush, and it'll bring up Shane Martin. The pitcher, number 27, Shane Martin. So with 1 away, Martin, who has been hit by pitch, reached on a fielder's choice, will step in as the tying run, now 90 feet away for Jamestown. Again, corners are going to be up here for Martin. There's a strike called, 0-1. The infield up all the way around here for Valley City to try to cut off that run. We're tied 7-7, top of the 4th inning, 1 out. And the pitch, low and away for a ball. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike on Shane Martin, with Xander Wolski waiting on deck. Now the middle part of the infield is going to back up a little bit. There's a chopper off the mound. Charging is Samuelson. The shortstop has it. Throws to first for the out. Run's going to score. So they got an out. Sacrificed a run to get it an out. 6-3 on the putout. RBI for Martin. There's 2 away, and it'll bring up Xander Wolski. Right fielder number 26, Xander Wolski. So runner at third base now 2 away. That run again charged to Will Schwer. And here's the pitch by Powell, swinging a foul back. And the count, no balls and 1 strike on Wolski, who has singled in a run. Struck out looking, 1 for 2. And Powell, the right-hander, comes to the set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one skips in. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wolski, right-handed batter. Played yesterday. Did not play on the first day. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner, first strike, 1 and 2. A ball and 2 strikes on Wolski with 2 out. Runner at third base. Set here by Powell. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a chop foul at the plate. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Powell will work from the set position with the runner Walters down at third base. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Wolski can extend things, Heminger would follow. Runner down at third as Walters takes his lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And it just misses inside. The count now runs full, 3-2 on Wolski. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner down at third. And the pitch. High, ball 4. So Wolski will draw the walk. First walk issued by Powell. And it'll bring up Braden Heminger. Center fielder number 22, Braden Heminger. Heminger, he has struck out looking and also walked and scored back in the 3rd inning. And we'll step up here with runners at the corners. One run across, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. 8-7 Jamestown. Set by Powell. And the pitch. Swinging a foul back, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Braden Heminger. Powell checks the runners, leading off 1st and 3rd. And the pitch, a ground ball fouled on the 3rd base line. So the count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Heminger. And the right-hander, Corbin Powell, sets. Here comes they got the runner picked off. A wide throw grabbed by Will Schwer, and he's going to eat it. They had him picked off, and Powell's throw was wide of the bag. So that can actually go down as a stolen base because Wolski was off with the first move. So he's now in scoring position along with Walters at 3rd, and a no-ball, 2-strike count on Heminger. Set by, time called. So Heminger will get back in with 2 runners in scoring position. They have got 1 run across here, an 8-7 lead now. The pitch, low and away, ball 1, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're on the Eagles center fielder. And Jamestown's got this run without the benefit of a hit. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. First strikeout for Powell, and that will retire the side, but the Eagles do get 1 run. Again, no base hits. There are no errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. At the end of 3.5 innings, 8-7, Jamestown leading. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Now the changes now here, and Powell, oh boy, the home plate umpire, Matt Brandvold, took that at an unfamiliar place. So Brandvold took that pitch. The catcher couldn't come up with it, and Brandvold got hit with the pitch. So defensive changes will give him a few minutes. Edison Walters has now gone over to third base. And coming in from the bench, Zach Geiser. He is now in, and he is playing first base. Is now Hudson Rohde. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Is the count here on Powell, and there's a strike called on the outside corner, 1-1. Oh, boy. Powell today has walked and scored, reached on the field of choice and scored. 1-1 the count, and the pitch on the way. Swings, chops that one foul, wide of third. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. So again, now Edison Walters is at third, and Zach Geiser is over at first base. Shane Martin is out. Geiser will take his spot in the batting order. And Hudson Rohde on the hill. The 1-2 pitch. Powell takes it high for a ball. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting Corbin Powell. And Rohde into the wind and the pitch. Misses high, ball 3, 3-0. Rohde making his second appearance of the year, both out of the bullpen. Couple of innings. He's got a 1-0 record. 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs. There's a ground ball, base hit for Powell. So a single to left to start things here for Corbin Powell. The second baseman, number 1, Trevor Fetch. So Powell with a single. He's reached all 3 times. And now Fetch to the plate. He has reached on an error, hit by a pitch. And he has also scored twice. And he will bat with a runner at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 8-7 Jamestown. And he shows bunt in the strike call. Now Powell about halfway to second and now has to race back to first base. And so he'll be back at first. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count on Fetch. Again, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, a walk, couple of strikeouts in those 2 innings of work for Hudson Rohde. Again, 1-0 on the season. And a throw over, Powell back in. No balls and 1 strike on Trevor Fetch. He was showing bunt in his first pitch. And shows it again and bunts this one out in front of home plate. It's a dandy. Grabbed by Rohde. The throw to first and in time. And then Powell a little far off second. He's on his way to third and he gets in there. The ball gets away. Powell doesn't know where it is and now he's going to have to get back to third. If he knew where it was, he probably could have scored. So you can go 1-3 to get the put out at first base on the sack by Fetch. And then Powell just hustling around, gets down to third base. I said he is extremely good. I mentioned this on Friday. Very good at going from first to third. And now Samuelson, who has got an RBI single and struck out looking. And he'll step to the plate. And Jack today, 1 for 2. And here's the pitch. Overhand curve high for a ball. Shortstop number 14, Jack Samuelson. Samuelson. RBI was his 5th of the year. That leads the team. And the pitch. Curve on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. So again, a sacrifice bunt for Fetch. Powell just hustling from first to third. Would have been close if he tried to score, though. The 1-1 pitch, low and away, blocked there by Weber. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike on Samuelson. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 8-7 Jamestown. Tying run Powell at third base. And the 2-1 pitch. He swings and skies one deep to left field. This is back, and this one is gone. With Jack Samuelson, his 2nd home run of the season. This one is a 2-run shot, and the Royals now lead it 9-8. It is a 2-run homer. RBIs 6 and 7 on the year for Samuelson. And the Royals take a 9-8 lead. And that one was gone from the get-go. third baseman, number 5, James Schwer. Now Schwer, he's lined to short, and he himself with a 2-run double in the 4th. And swings and fouls that one at the plate. And the count, no balls, and 1 strike. He had that 2-run double in the 2nd. No balls and 1 strike here on Schwer. And the pitch by Rohde. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh, for Samuelson, 2 home runs on the year. And now up to 7 RBI. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side. Third baseman Walters has it. And the throw across for the out. 5-3 on the put out. That's out number 2. That'll bring up the catcher, Parker ropes him up. The catcher, number 6, Parker ropes him up. Parker has struck out swinging and an RBI single in the 2nd. And he will step in here with 2 outs and 2 runs across. And the pitch here to Rolsema, curve, inside corner for a strike, 0-1. And the count, no balls, 1 strike here on Rolsema. And Valley City leads it, ground ball to short. Picked up there by Verke, the throw, and in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout, and that will retire the side. But they get a couple of runs on the 2-run homer by Samuelson. 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 4 complete. It's Valley City 9, Jamestown 8. We're back with the top of the 5th. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. It'll be the top of the order. Hudson Rohde, then Brenner Weber and Cale Verke to bat here for Jamestown. Leading off the top of the 5th for the Eagles, the pitcher, number 33, Hudson Rohde. So Hudson Rohde will lead things off. And Rohde today has popped out, reached on an air, and flied out. Leading off the top of the 5th now with Valley City leading at 9-8. And Powell delivers. Pitch misses low and inside, ball 1. Corbin did give up 1 run on a RBI ground out. So 1 inherited runner did score in the 4th inning. Corbin, that pitch misses for a ball and a walk and a strikeout in his inning of work. Came on with nobody out and 2 on in the bottom half of the top of the 4th inning for Will Schwer. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one misses low. Ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes on Hudson Rohde. And the set and the delivery. Chop foul at the plate. Coach Joseph gobbles it up, fires it back into play. 3 balls and 1 strike to count here on Rohde. And there's a strike, 3-2. So the count runs full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting Rohde with Weber to follow, then Berkey. Kicking the pitch by Powell. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Second strikeout, both looking, 1 away. And it'll bring up Brenner Weber. The catcher, number 4, Brenner Weber. Weber 2 for 2, scored a couple of runs. He's got a couple of RBI. Walked and scored in the first, an RBI double in the second, RBI single in the third. And we'll step in here. With nobody on and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Valley City leading it 9-8. And the pitch takes it low, and I think that got the umpire again. I think that one got the foot. Brandvold, he's getting beaten up back there. 1 ball, no strikes. Matt is rethinking his career choices as an umpire right about now. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Weber. There's a chop to the left side coming in. Third baseman, a glove, Schwer, and Will saves his brother by picking that one out of the dirt and gets the 5-3 put out. Nice job at both ends, and there's 2 away. The shortstop, number 20, Cale Berkey. And you can see they both look at each other like, I got you, brother. Good play by Schwer, going to his glove side. Low throw, but picked out of the dirt by Will. So 2 out, and now Berkey, he has walked, struck out, and flied out, 0 for 2. Run scored. And a pitch by Powell, misses ball 1. I always tell third basemen, get to as many balls as you can. So he cuts in front of Samuelson, and the good throw. It was a good throw. It was on target, just a little low. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is high and tight. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. But when you got the good glove over there first in Schwer. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that one is high, and it's ball 3, 3-0 on Berkey. If he can extend, Cody Bush to follow. So 3 balls and no strikes here on Berkey, and the pitch. And there's a strike called on the outside half, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on the right-handed hitting Cale Berkey. Powell sets and delivers. Strike 2, same spot on the outside half of the plate. And so it is now a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Berkey with 2 out, nobody on, and the pitch. He swings and fouls it off. And the count will stay 3 balls and 2 strikes on Berkey. Powell kicks, delivers, 3-2. Curve, ground ball to short. Samuelson gobbles it up. He's going to have to hurry, and a strong throw for the out. 6-3 on the putout, and that will retire the side. Nothing across for Jamestown in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom half. And your score, it is Valley City 9 and Jamestown 8. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Will Schwer will lead things off here for Valley City in the home half of the 5th inning. They lead at 9-8. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Royals, the first baseman, number 8, Will Schwer. So Will Schwer will lead things off. He's got an RBI single and a ground out, 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he will face Hudson Rohde here in the bottom of the 5th with the Royals on top, 9-8. The pitch. He swings in a shot out towards short. Nice big hop there for Berkey. The throw across in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. And that will bring up Luke Proska. The left fielder, number 3, Luke Proska. Proska has reached on an error and lined out. And we'll bat here with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a kick and a pitch by Rohde. Fastball high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on the Royal left fielder, Luke Proska. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Luke chops it foul right on the third base coaching area. Coach Carpenter should be, but he's not. He's off out of the coaching area. 1 ball, 1 strike on Luke Proska, and the pitch. Ground ball right side. Second baseman over. Boots by Mason Joseph. No, that's going to be an error on Joseph. That's going to be his 4th error of the weekend. 2nd today. And that will bring up Adam Shenenko. The designated hitter, number 9, Adam Shenenko. So that is a 3rd error on Jamestown in the game. And the 2nd one for Mason Joseph. And Joseph had a couple on Friday night as well. Now Shenenko batting with Proska at first. The pitch, low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Shenenko, DHing for Isaac Norby. 1 ball and no strikes here on Shenenko. And the pitch, high, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count here on Shenenko. He has struck out looking and grounded to short in his 2 at-bats. And Rohde delivers, swing and a miss, slider low and away, and Shenenko swings through it, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Valley City leading. Throw to first. Proska back in. Oh, Jamestown think they had it. And base umpire says no, he got back in. Proska taking the lead off of first. And the pitch. And that one misses low again. And the count at 3 balls and 1 strike to Shenenko. And Bryson Heck would be due up next, barring a double play. Set here by Rohde. The 3-1 pitch inside. Did he go? Yeah, no, he did not. So the walk. And now you have runners at first and second. Let's see if they bring in Isaac Norby to courtesy run for him. No, they're going to have Shenenko go. Center fielder number 2, Bryson Heck. So now Bryson Heck will step in. And he will bat with 2 runners on. And 1 out here. And the pitch. Inside, low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Heck. He has walked and popped out. Rohde will kick and deliver. Heck takes a strike on the outside corner. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. That walk, the first issued by Rohde. And the pitch. Swung on liner, foul. Look out, folks. And that hits on the fence. Some of the Hardies that are watching this one down the left field line all bundled up like they're at a football game. And it's a ball and 2 strikes here on Heck. And the right-hander delivers. Reaching and protecting the plate. Pop foul. Falls in front of the Jamestown dugout. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Proska leads off of second. Shenenko leads off of first. 1-2 the count here on Heck and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Rhodey. That is out number 2. And it brings up Corbin Powell. The pitcher, number 13, Corbin Powell. Powell's reached 3 times, a walk, a fielder's choice, scored 3 times, officially 1 for 2. And now we'll bat with runners at first and second. And Rhodey delivers. That one hits the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Powell batting with 2 on. A ground ball is short and under the glove of the shortstop into left center field. That's going to bring Proska around third. Here's the throw into the infield. Everybody's going to move up a base. Proska comes in to score. An RBI single for Powell. And the Royals now take a 10-8 lead. It'll bring Trevor Fetch to the plate. The second baseman, number 1, Trevor Fetch. So Shenenko hustles around to third. Powell gets the RBI. And goes to second on the throw. So runners at second and third. It's now 10-8 Valley City. And the pitch to Fetch takes it down and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That is hit number 7 for the Royals. They now lead at 10-8. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball right side. Joseph, the second baseman, boots that one. He's going to struggle. Everybody's going to be safe. Powell takes the turn at third and stays put. That'll be another error on Mason Joseph. And Shenenko comes in to score to make it 11-8. And that'll bring up Jack Samuelson. The shortstop, number 14, Jack Samuelson. Samuelson hit a 2-run homer his last time up. He's also got an RBI single and struck out 2 for 3. A couple of runs scored in those 3 RBI, which give him 7 for the year, which leads the team in that category. And now Fetch takes the lead off first, and Powell is the runner over at third. The pitch, swing and a miss. He was trying to make it a 2-for day. No balls and 1 strike on Jack. His 2 home runs leading the team. Also club high 7 RBI. No balls and 1 strike here on Samuelson in the pitch. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. No balls and 2 strikes here on Jack. With 2 outs, 2 in, 2 on. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 11-8 Valley City. And the pitch, going to miss low and away, 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Jack. Straightaway stance for the big right-hander. Rhodey comes to the set and the pitch. Swinging a grounder to third, backing up Walters. Has it on the second hop. The throw across in time for the out. 5-3 on the putout, and that will retire the side. But the Royals do get a couple of runs, and they do it with 1 base hit. They're helped out by 2 errors and 2 runners left on base. 5 complete. It's Valley City 11 and Jamestown 8. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. It'll be the heart of the order coming up here for Jamestown, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Cody Bush, Edison Walters, Mason Joseph to face Corbin Powell. Now the pitcher of record here for Valley City. And the pitch here, this is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Bush. He has got a sacrifice fly, reached on a catcher's interference on a walk, so no official at-bat today. He scored a run and has the RBI. There's a strike called, and it's 1-1. Powell came on. He's in his 3rd inning of relief work. Came on with 2 on and nobody out in the 4th. And got all 3 outs to finish that in. One inherited runner score. Had a 1-2-3 5th. And a 1-2 count here on Bush to start the 6th. High chop over the mound, out behind second. That's going to skip. It didn't really bounce. It skipped into center field. Base hit for Bush. And it's hit number 7 for the Eagles. It'll bring up Edison Walters. The third baseman, number 9, Edison Walters. Walters had an RBI double in the first, then scored. An RBI sac fly and hit by pitch. 1 for 1. Run scored at an RBI for the big third baseman now. Started the game at first. Again, hit number 7, that single, the 7th hit. Here's a high pop-up. Infield right side. Fetch the second baseman, battles in and makes the catch. That is out number 1. That'll bring up the second baseman, Mason Joseph. The second baseman, number 0, Mason Joseph. Mason Joseph with that RBI triple in the first, singled in the second, and a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. 2 for 2 with a run scored and that RBI. And runner off of first, and Joseph takes the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on the right-hander. The set and the pitch. And that's a strike called on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes on Mason Joseph. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Runner goes, the ground ball back up the middle, and that's going to find its way into center field. A base hit. Bush will get around to third. That one is a seeing eye single to center field. Runners at the corners now. And that will bring to the plate the pitcher, the first baseman, Zach Geiser. The first baseman, 24, Zach Geiser. Geiser making his first at-bat, first trip to the plate. And runners at the corners. And they throw the first runner back in. Yeah, the shortstop and the second baseman were converging on the bag to cover it with the runner going, and that ball got through both of them. So he'll take the lead off for Percival, Mason Joseph. And the pitch inside to Geiser. And they count 1 ball, no strikes. Geiser was hit for yesterday. There's a strike. And the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Actually, he pitched in yesterday and was 1 for 3. Did have an RBI single. Throw to first, low throw, and over there is Schwer to dig it out. It's a ball and a strike here on Geiser. Runner at third is Bush. Joseph is the runner at first. And he goes. The pitch is blown away for a ball. The throw down to second base, and it is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Mason Joseph. And it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count, and 2 runners now in scoring position for Geiser. With Zander Wolski waiting on deck, 11-8 Valley City leading. We're in the top of the 6th inning in our consolation semifinal. Actually, a consolation championship. And there's a strike called on the outside corner. Third place game scheduled for 3, or scheduled for 2:30. That's not going to happen. It's going to be probably closer to a 3 o'clock first pitch. 2-2 count and the pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. That is strike on number 3 for Powell. 2 away. That'll bring up Zander Wolski. The right fielder, number 26, Zander Wolski. And Wolski today had an RBI single in the first, struck out looking in the third, and walked in the 4th. That was against Powell. 1 for 2 with that RBI, has a stolen base. Powell working from the set with runners at second and third and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And the right-hander delivers on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 the count. Time called. Rosman now is going to go out and have a chat with Powell. Again, the Royals, after today, they've got the Bismarck Senators coming to town for a double dip Tuesday. Then Friday, doubleheader with Williston. Then they're going to be on the road for the latter part of June before coming back home July 2nd to take on the Minot Metros. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the outside corner, belt high, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on the right, hitting Xander Wolski. Bush is at third, Joseph at second, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Powell has his sign and delivers. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. All 3 strikes are about the same spot, and that will retire the side. For Jamestown, no runs. They get a couple of base hits. No errors. They leave 2. 5.5 innings. It's Valley City 11 and Jamestown 8. This is Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, James Schwer will lead things off here for the Royals in the home half of the 6th inning. It'll be Schwer, Wolfsma, and Schwer to face Hudson Rohde. And the pitch takes a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. James today, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a 2-run double in the 2nd inning. Behind the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. Hudson Rohde came on to start the 4th inning in his 3rd full inning of relief work. And the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Like I said, it's been there all day long. And another strikeout. That'll bring up Parker Rosema. The catcher, number 6, Parker Rosema. You've watched all day long. You've seen that outside corner has been a strike. And so if you're a batter, you need to be swinging. Rosema takes a pitch high for a ball. Parker today, 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 2nd. And the pitch by Rohde. He swings, and it's a high fly ball. Short right center field. Mason Joseph out, and he makes the catch. That is out number 1. And out number 2 brings up Will Schwer. The first baseman, number 8, Will Schwer. So 2 out, nobody on. And Will Schwer will step in here and face Hudson Rohde. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Schwer. Will today 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored in the 1st. No balls, 1 strike for Rohde. And the pitch, grounder foul, wide of 3rd. Our 3rd place game, Edgeley against Hillsborough Central Valley. And in our championship, we'll have Grafton taking on Park River. I'm going to guess that's going to be close to probably about a 6 o'clock start time instead of the scheduled 5 o'clock, as we've been behind today. This 3rd place game was to be scheduled for 2:30. That's going to probably be closer to a 3 o'clock start time, or maybe a little after. Pitch high for a ball. Did he go? They ask. No, he did not. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Will Schwer with 2 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Valley City leading at 11-8. And the right-hander into the wind and the pitch. High, ball 3, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here on the right-handed hitting first sacker, Will Schwer. And the pitch. Way outside, ball 4, so Schwer will pick up the walk. That is the second walk issued, and that'll bring up Luke Proska. The left fielder, number 3, Luke Proska. Proska's reached on an error, lined out and reached on an error. 0 for 3, but he's got a run score. Your attention now running at first base, number 7, Andrew Sikora. So a pinch runner. Andrew Sikora will run for Schwer. So he'll be a pinch runner. And 2 outs with the runner at first base. And now Proska to the plate. And a pitch to Luke, swing and fouls it straight back, 0-1. That was heading into the concession stand. If there was no net. Count, no balls and 1 strike here on Proska. Sikora, the pinch runner, leading off of first. And 1 pitch. That's going to be high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be the top of the order coming up here for the Jamestown Eagles in the top of the 7th inning. More than likely face Corbin Powell, who's sitting at 47 pitches. 2-1 here on Proska with 2 outs. Runner at first. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 2-2. So watch that slider by Rhodey or curve to try to hit that outside corner again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. And the right-hander sets, delivers. Jams him. Goes the opposite direction and fouled it off by Proska. And the count stays at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Proska. And the pitch in the dirt. That's going to get away from the catcher, Weber. And that's going to get Sikora down to second base on the wild pitch. So an insurance run down at second base for Valley City. And Proska ahead in the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander kicks and delivers way outside. Ball 4, so Proska works the walk. 3rd walk issued, and that will bring up Adam Shenenko. The designated hitter, number 9, Adam Shenenko. And that's going to bring Jake Stillwell, the pitching coach, out of the first base dugout to have a chat with his battery. Runners at first and second for Valley City. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 11 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Royals. 8-4 for the Eagles. Again, the 3rd place game has Edgeley take on Hillsborough Central Valley. And then our championship was drafted in Park River. Both teams done with their hitting and are in the facility, sitting down, enjoying the rest of this one. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning with the Royals leading at 11-8. Now Shenenko at the plate and the pitch. Up and in for a ball. Adam today walked and scored back in the 5th inning. Also struck out and grounded out. And he is 0 for 2 at the plate. Set and the pitch low, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. On the right-hander, Adam Shenenko. And Rhodey delivers. Check swing, going to grounder, right side. Grabbing it on the flip, and no. I'm going to give a base hit on that one. I'm going to go base hit there for Shenenko. That's got a tough play, and that's going to load things up. And that will bring up Bryson Heck with the bases loaded. The center fielder, number 2, Bryson Heck. It was a slow roller to the right side, almost an excuse-me-time swing. And the pitcher, Rhodey, went over, got in his glove, was going to try to the open glove shuffle to first, and just not clean enough. Shenenko beat it, base hit for Adam. And so now that loads them up for Bryson Heck, who is 0 for 2 with a walk today. And Rhodey delivers. Check swing, in for a strike, 0-1. Sikora, the pinch runner at third. Proska's at second. Shenenko at first. They take their leads. And a no ball, 1 strike count on Heck. Low, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Royals would love to get some insurance here. The top of the order coming up for Jamestown against Corbin Powell in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Way outside. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the right hand hitting Bryson Heck. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit, left field. That's going to bring the Sikora in. Proska around third. He's being waved in. He's going to score a 2-run single for Bryson Heck. And the Royals now lead it 13-8. The pitcher, number 13, Corbin Powell. So a clean single to left field. 2 runs in. And Shenenko stops at second. And the Royals now lead it 13-8. And Powell, he swings at the first pitch, a little loop to right field. And it's going to be a tough play, but Mason makes the catch. Mason Joseph makes the over-the-shoulder catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs come across on that big base hit by Heck. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. We go to the 7th. Your score now reads Valley City 13 and Jamestown 8. We are back with the 7th inning. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Will Schwer will re-enter, comes back to first, and on the hill, Corbin Powell is going to try to finish this one off. 13-8, Valley City leading. And again, being that the Royals are now in the West region, they will play Jamestown on June 26th over at Jack Brown Stadium. Leading off the top of the 7th for the Eagles, the center fielder, number 22, Braden Heminger. Well, Braden Heminger will lead things off here for Jamestown on the top of the 7th, the 9-1-2 batters. And Powell's first pitch up and in for a ball. Heminger struck out twice, sandwiched around a walk and run scored in the 3rd. So officially, he is 0 for 2. And a 1-0 pitch, strike called, belt high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way by Powell. Slider on the outside corner, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Heminger. Set by Powell, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout in a row for Corbin. 5th of the game. That's out number 1. We head to the top of the order, and Hudson Rhodey. The pitcher, number 33, Hudson Rhodey. Rhodey 0 for 4. Reached on an air and scored in the 2nd. Well, he will bat here with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the 7th inning. And the pitch by Powell. Ground ball wrapped to the left side. Knocked down by Schwer, and everybody's going to be sick. That's going to be a base hit for Rhodey, and that'll bring up Brenner Weber. The catcher, number 4, Brenner Weber. And he's going to his glove side. Tough play to make. And so Rhodey is on. And that will be Weber to the plate. He is now Weber's 2 for 3. He scored a couple of runs. He's got a couple of RBI. And the pitch. High for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out with a runner at first. And Powell comes to the set and the pitch. Inside corner at the knees for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, we might have to change that one to an error. There's a swing by Weber, foul territory. Schwer over, and he makes the play. So James makes up for it and makes the foul ball catch, route number 2. And that will bring up the shortstop, Cale Verkey. The shortstop, number 20, Cale Verkey. So runner at first base with 2 outs. And the pitch, low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner off of first base is Rhodey in the pitch. High for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Verkey. Set by Powell, and the right-hander delivers. And skips that one in there, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Verkey officially today 0 for 3 with a run scored. And the 3-0 pitch. And the letter high strike, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Verkey. Set by Powell, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So today, Verkey with the runner at first, 2 outs. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. The pitch swung on. There's a shot to right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Around second, Rhodey on his way to third. So that'll be a base hit by Verkey. Down to third base goes Rhodey, and it'll bring up Cody Bush. Left fielder number 15, Cody Bush. So now runners at the corners. And Bush, who singled his last time up, also has an RBI. 1 for 1 officially with the run scored and that RBI. And the pitch. Swing and a miss by Bush. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. On the cleanup hitter for the Eagles. And the 0-1 pitch. Low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off of first and third, and the pitch. Line drive, base hit, center field. That will bring Rhodey in to score. Verkey will check in at second on the RBI single. It's now 13-9. That'll bring to the plate Edison Walters. The third baseman, number 9, Edison Walters. So now runners at first and second. Still 2 out. 13-9 your score. Walters 1 for 2 with a run scored. Couple of RBI. And he will step in and bat with 2 men on. Set by Powell. And the pitch. Swing and a grounder down the third base line. Fair ball. Glove by Schwer. He steps on the bag. And that will be the final out. And 5 unassisted. And that'll retire the side here in the 7th. For Jamestown, they get 1 run on 2 hits. There was an error. And they leave 2 runners left on base. So your final score in this one is Valley City 13 and Jamestown 9 in the Consolation Championship. We're back with your totals. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, the totals on this one for Valley City, 13 runs on 9 hits, and they commit 3 errors. They left 6 runners on base. Jamestown, 9 runs on 10 hits. They committed 4 errors. They left 11 runners on base. Corbin Powell is going to pick up the win here for Valley City in relief today, as Powell goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned run. He walked 1, struck out 5. Will Schwer started, went 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3. The loss today will go to the starter roadie, or the roadie who came on in the 5th inning and gave up the 2 runs. And so he will be the losing pitcher. Actually, let's double check on the scoring on that. That might be. No, it was going to be Martin. Shane Martin, who started, takes the loss. 3 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. Rhodey, 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. Walked 3 and struck out 2 in relief of Martin. So again, both teams got 4 runs right away in the 1st inning. And then Jamestown got 2 runs in the top half. Valley City came right back with 3 in the bottom half, and they took a 7-6 lead through 2 innings. Jamestown added another run in the 3rd to tie the game at 7. They added 2 more in the top half to take a 9-7 lead. Valley City got a run. They got those 2 runs in the Royals. That's when they took the lead on that 2-run homer by Jack Samuelson in the top half of bottom half of the 4th inning, and at the time made the score 9-8. And then they added a couple more runs in the 5th to go up 11-8 and made it 13-8 with a couple more runs and a 2-run single by Heck in the 6th, and then the 1 run by Jamestown in the 7th inning to make the final score 13-9. So a final check on that line score for Valley City. They had 4 runs in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 13 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. And for Jamestown, 4 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 7th, 9 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors. Winning pitcher will be Corbin Powell. Losing pitcher will be Shane Martin. There was no saves, 1 home run. Jack Samuelson hit his 2nd of the season, and the time of the game in this one was 2 hours and 14 minutes for the time of game. 2 hours and 14 minutes, your time of game. Our 3rd place game coming up here at about 3:10. That'll be Hillsborough Central Valley taking on Edgeley. And on our championship here of the Midsummer Classic from Charlie Brown Field, we'll have Park River taking on Grafton. We'll be back at 3 o'clock with the start of our next game, Hillsborough Central Valley and Edgeley. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube.